Hello friends, in this video we will see the if-else structure. So if-else structure looks like this. We have an if statement followed with brackets. Inside the brackets we have a condition and we have statements following the if condition line. So after that we have else keyword. After that we have some statements. So we have to remember that this statement 3 is not a part of else statement. So in this if condition, the statement 1 belongs to if and statement 2 belong to else and statement 3 does not belong to if else structure. So whenever the condition is true, the statement 1 executes. So whenever the condition is true, the statement 1 executes, else the statement, if the condition is false, statement 2 is executed. You can see here if the statement is false, statement 2 is executed. Both the cases you can see if the condition is true, if block executes and the else statements will not execute, but the statement 3 definitely executes because it is not a part of if else structure. It does not belong to if else structure or either else structure. So when if it's false, the statement 1 will not execute, statement 2 will execute, and again statement 3 will execute because it is not depending on the if else if condition. So it definitely executes. So if we want both the statement 2 and statement 3 to be part of the else structure, if we want this both statement to be executed only if it's false, so we can put them into curly braces. Now if the condition is true, the statement 1 or the if block executes and the else block statement 2 and 3 will be skipped, and if the condition is false, statement 1 is skipped and statement 2 and 3 will be executed. Now we can see that statement 3 is executed only when the condition is false. So we have to be careful. If we don't write a flower braces, like this, statement 3 does not belong to if else structure. It definitely will be executed irrespective of whether the condition is true or false. So if you want the statement 2 and 3 execute only when the condition is false, you have to put them in the flower braces. Whenever the condition is false, both the statement executes. When the condition is true, only the statement 1 executes and statement 2 and 3 are skipped. So we'll see how the if else works. So a few statements before the if block, whatever the statements are available in the program, will be executed first. Later when the control comes to if condition, the condition is evaluated. If the condition is true, the execution path goes this way and executes the if block. If block is executed, all the statements inside the if block is executed, and then it goes to statements after the if else block, if else structure. So whatever the statements are there after the if else structure, they will be executed. If the condition is false, the execution takes this path and the else block executes. So if block is skipped and else block executes, and after else block is completed, the statements which are after the if else block, after the if else structure, will be executed. So this way we can use if else statements whenever we want some statements to be executed when the condition is true and some other statements should be executed when the condition is false. We can use if else structure. So these are the conditions which we can use. Conditional operators we can use for condition. This is greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are the condition operations we can use. So we'll see the first example. In the example 1, the value of x is 9. So here 9 greater than 10 is the condition, that is the x greater than 10. X is actually 9, x greater than 10 is false because 9 is not greater than 10. So in this case it evaluates to false and the if block is not executed and the else block is executed. We get output hello Mac. So in the case 2, x is equal to 10. So here x is greater than 10. So x 10 greater than 10 is again false. So the print if block is skipped and else block is executed. So we get the output hello Mac. Now we have x is equal to 11. In this case x greater than 10. So 11 is greater than 10. So this statement is true and the if block is executed. The else block is skipped. So we get hello India as output. And we need to be careful. We should always use flower braces. Even there is only one statement under the if and under the else. I would suggest you to use flower curly braces always. If you have more than one statement or just one statement, please use curly statement. That would avoid confusion and errors. So we'll see the example 2. So here x is equal to -1. So we are checking for a condition if x. So whenever there is a non-zero value, -1 is a non-zero value. So if a non-zero value, it is true and the if block is executed, the else block is skipped. So we get output as hello India. So now x is equal to 0. So whenever the condition evaluates to 0, it is false. In this case, it is false and the if block is not executed, the else block is executed. We get the output hello Mac. We have x is equal to 1 now. So now x is non-zero value. So this time it evaluates to true and we get output as hello India. The if block executes and the else block is skipped. So we get hello India as output. So we'll see example 3. So example 3 we have x is equal to 4. This is the same example which we did in if statement. So now we are not comparing, we are assigning the value 3 to the x. So you should be very careful. If we use a single equals, it is assignment statement. Now x is equal to 3. If x or if 3 is a true statement because x is a non-zero value. So the condition is true and the if block gets executed. The else block is skipped. So we get output hello India. So what we were supposed to do is to check the equality. We have to use double equals. If we use x double equals, that's x is equal to 3, whether x is equal to 3 comparison. So now it says x is 4, 4 equal to 3 is false. So this time it's false and the else block will be executed. We get the output hello Mac. So we'll see the example 4. So before getting into example 4, we already seen this AND operation in the if structure video. So whenever all the conditions are true, the result evaluates to true. You should be very careful in the AND operation. All the conditions should be true to the result to be true. So in this example, we have x is equal to 4. So 4 greater than 10 evaluates to false. 4 less than 10, 20 is true. So we have an AND operation here. So what happens if one condition is false and the other condition is true in the AND operations? You can see one operation is false and other condition is true. We get total result as false. So the condition evaluates to false and the if block is skipped and else block is executed. So we get output hello Mac. We'll say example 5. This is OR operation. So you need to be careful here. So whenever at least one condition is true, you can see at least one condition is true, the result will be true. So only if all the statements are false, we get result as false. So in this case, now x is equal to 4, 4 less than 10 is true. And now x greater than 20, 4 greater than 20 is false. We have x as 4, x contains 4, 4 greater than 20 is false. So we are doing an OR operation here. So true and false evaluates to true. So we get true here and the if block gets executed. So depending upon the condition, whether the if executes or the else execute. If the condition is true, if executes. If the condition is false, the else executes. So here we get output hello India. So we'll see the not operation. Whenever the condition is false, we do a not on this false, a negation of this. If this is the not symbol, we get true. Not of true is false. So here we have x is equal to 0. Actually 0 evaluates to false. So not of false. Not of false is true, and we get output as hello India. The if block gets executes and we get hello India. So whenever the true, the if block executes. Whenever it's false, the else block will be executed. Now it's true, so we get output hello India. Friends, we saw few examples of if else structure in this video. So we'll see more programs